There are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there's some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's Boxing Talk with Rafi. I just fluffed my intro. I meant to say something else after that, but it's okay. You don't know that. You don't know that. You wouldn't have known that unless I told you. How do you know I'm being honest? Okay. So what we doing? How are we doing this? How are we doing this? Are we gonna lead off with a warm-up video? Is that what we're doing? Are we gonna warm in with a warm-in video?
This is what should happen.
Shut up. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. I think that's exactly what's going on here. Yeah, that's exactly what we are going to do. How are we going to start this thing? How are we going to start this thing? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to give you a little snippet of this.
Yes.
Maybe speed that up a little bit. Playback speed. Yeah. Okay. Let me make sure that everything is in. Yeah, okay. Sound check complete. Sound check complete. Where are we? Yeah. We're going to do the warm-in video. Made an executive decision. We're going for the warm-in video. Let me share my screen. Screen share. Is that it? Yeah. And let's cut the music. Let's enlarge this. And okay, this is the warm-in video. Do about 5 minutes of this, then we're getting to the show. Allow the area to populate.
It's Rafi Wilkins, it's the Comeback Radio. And today, we hear it from Shelly Finkel's own mouth. Shelly Finkel declines a suggestion of accepting a 50-50 offer from Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn. So without much further ado, let's hear it from the man, Shelly Finkel's own mouth, when it was suggested to him that Eddie Hearn had said that they're prepared to offer 50-50 if that's what it takes to make the fight. Let's hear it from Shelly Finkel's own mouth. Okay, without delay.
After he knocks out Fury, will offer maybe Joshua. You heard it from...
After Deontay Wilder knocks out Fury, Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder will offer Eddie Joshua a deal. It don't get no clearer than that. The interviewer said what he said, and what he said was that, well, let's see what Eddie Hearn had to say. Okay, hope this puppy is, let's get rid of that shot. That's out of frame. Okay, so let's listen to what Eddie Hearn had to say.
So, in my opinion, I don't necessarily think they're still worth 50-50, but I can see now the argument. And it's going to get to a stage where they will probably only take the fight at 50-50. That's an AJ decision.
Boom, boom, boom. Hold on, you went on to say more.
That's not an Eddie Hearn decision. I don't go and say, just to let you know, it's 50-50 done, it's on. It's AJ, this is the only way you're going to make this fight, is if we give them 50-50. What do you want to do? And I don't want to put words in his mouth because he's his own boss. But in my opinion, he wants those fights so badly that that will probably be the deal.
Boom, boom, boom. Anthony Joshua wants to fight so badly, get rid of that once out of frame, that if Deontay Wilder, well, the winner, either Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, the holder of the strap, whether they deserve 50-50, whether they deserve 50-50 or not, in order to make the fight fair or unfair, one WBC belt versus the WBA, WDO, the IBF, the IBO. They're prepared to throw all of those in and pay those guys 50%, 50-50. I don't know if it's 50% of the hot burger stands takings. I don't know, but yeah, they are fair or unfair. One belt versus 3 or 4. They will be prepared to do what it takes to make the fight happen. And those guys have clearly indicated that they won't take the fight for less than 50%. No less than 50%, even though it's one belt versus 3 or 4. They won't take it for less than 50%. They want that bonanza. They want that bonanza. Fairness doesn't come into it. Fairness doesn't come into it, but Shelly Finkel has declined any suggestion of them accepting 50%. Let's be clear. Finkel says after the fight, maybe we make them the offer. So what say you? It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. Is that another duck? Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel, ducking 50%. Is that what's going down? Saw this video yesterday talking about Kevin Iole, stating that Deontay Wilder revived the heavyweight division. It was most hilarious. I'm assuming it was unintentional comedy, or was it intentional? I don't know, but we do know that it certainly was comedic. I wrote in that post, the only thing Deontay Wilder revived was perhaps Luis Ortiz for the second Ortiz-Wilder fight. That's the only thing he revived. Okay, so what say you? Is this yet another duck from Team Wilder? We know they duck Klitschko's, the both of them. And now 50% is not good enough? Let's be honest. Commercially, he ain't worth more than 35%. 33% would be fair. 40% would be more than fair. So where does 50% come into it? But let's forget about that. Looks like yet again, Team Wilder are declining 50%. Is that a duck? What say you? It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comment. It's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notification. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to tune into the live shows Mondays and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. or 9:55 p.m. UK time. So what's that? That's 5 p.m. on the East Coast, USA. And what's that? 2 p.m. on the West. That's Raphael Dawkins. It's Combat Radio. Have your say. Is this yet another duck from the Finkel-Wilder Alliance? I'm out.
Okay, so let's stop that and get back into the music. Let me put the link in the chat. Where we at? Okay, that warming video seems to be less people in here than before the warming video. That was the warm down video. That must have been the warm down video. Oh my gosh. Oh, OMG. OMG. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, okay. So we're gonna get into the Shelly Finkel, thing shortly. First of all, we're gonna look at some of the fights over the weekend. But even before that, the very first thing is going to be the intro to this particular show. Okay. Story time. Where's the, let me show a little bit of face. Where's my uplighting? Where's my pad? There we are. Let's get it right. Let's get the pad right so I can see. Okay. I can see the chat from the pad. Okay, the intro. So, today, let me kill the music. Do I kill the music? I think I leave the music. We don't want to get too somber. Okay, so there's a lady down the road, down my road. And apparently, she had not been seen for a few days, which was most unlike her. And she was, I think she was in her 40s. I think very pleasant, always very pleasant, always very pleasant. I'm just looking at a comment in the chat, cracking me up. Always very pleasant. Like I said, I suspect 100%. Like I say, I suspect that she was in a 40s, somewhere in the 40s. And she hadn't been seen for a few days. And then I noticed that there was a parcel outside her home for a couple of days. I walked past and I'd seen the same parcel out there for a couple of days anyway. Today, I come home for lunch and I noticed the police are at her door, front door. No response from the house. She lived alone. And as I was leaving, after I finished lunch and I was leaving, they'd broken the door in. And I said as I walked past, because I had a funny feeling about the parcel. I'd seen it for at least 2 days. I had a funny feeling. I said, she's either gone on holiday or she is deceased. No more. So I said to one of them, has she passed? He says, yes. I said, was she in bed? He said, yes. I said, natural causes? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Was it natural causes? And he said, yes, it looks that way. It looks that way. It was natural causes. She had passed in her bed. She was in her 40s. And she is no more. And it's kind of weird. Because when he said it, I kind of smiled as I walked off. I said, yeah, she was a very nice lady. And I walked to the car. And, the message is to me, when someone who is still relatively young passes away like that, the message to me, it's like the snooze when you fall asleep, when you set your alarm and you set the snooze. You set the snooze. And then you hear the snooze and you realize that you'd fallen asleep. And you wake up in a shock and damn, how much time has elapsed? How much time has elapsed from the time when I pressed the alarm to the snooze? And you check, damn, Yeah, kind of handshaking. Damn, what have I missed? What have I missed? How much have I missed? And so when something like that happens, to me, it's like the snooze. It's like falling asleep and hearing the snooze, the snooze alarm come back on. And you think, damn, I better get a move on. The things I say I'm gonna do. There's two things I want to do this year. There's two things I want to do this year. There's two skills I wish to acquire this year. Should I even share this? Well, I think I shared this last year. Just for the hell of it, because I make myself laugh all the time. I want to do some open mic nights. I want to do some open mic comedy nights. I've got some stuff recorded on and off. Something pops into my head. I take a few minutes out and I record what's going on in my head. I record it. I record the jokes. That I'm telling myself. I tell myself jokes. I create jokes in my head. I did it just before the show. Spent about 15 minutes. 15 minutes just telling myself brand new jokes. So this year, 2020, your boy Rafi is going to do some open mic nights. I promise you. And the reason I'm saying this aloud is because I want to be able to come back this year. Hold me to my word. I want to be able to come back and say, remember when I said I was going to do some open mic nights? Well, this is the evidence and, give you a little sample. But 2020, I want to do some open mic nights. I want to write some original comedy pieces, which I do anyway, and actually get up on stage, push myself, test myself, put myself in that uncomfortable position. Why? Because I want to. And I've wanted to for a while and I haven't done it. Now, this lady who's passed, I'm pretty damn sure there's a bunch of things that she wanted to do, but never did. And to me, that's the worst part. We all come and we all go. But the thing is, did you do the things that you wanted to do? If you did, it's all cool in the gang. If you didn't, that's a shame. But to me, it's a wake-up call. We all come, we all go. It was her turn. Before it's my turn, my thing is I want to do some of the things that I want to do. I want to actually get them done. I want to execute them. The other thing that will remain a secret until I've actually accomplished it, but that will also be in 2020. So I dedicate this show to the lady whose name I didn't know. Said hello, we had chats, but I can't remember if we actually formally introduced each other ourselves at any point. Probably not. But yeah, I dedicate this intro to the show to the lady whose name I did not know. And may she rest in peace. Okay, so that's done. She's gone. There's things on my to-do list. I owe it to myself to accomplish them. Okay, so that was the intro. Now let's get into the show. Okay, link is in the chat. So where do we begin? We're not going to start off with the big thing is the Joshua, the Shelly Finkel thing, the Eddie Hearn thing. Not going to do that right now. First of all, I want to clear up, I want to deal with a couple of the fights over the weekend. Looking for the window, the appropriate window. Okay, so what do I share my screen? Do I share my screen? Let's line this baby up like so. Let's share this. Okay, are we sharing? Yeah, we're sharing. Okay, so damn, let's put that on. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so we're talking about the Julian Williams versus Jose. Well, it's not Jose. It's how do you pronounce that? Jason. Jeison. Jason. I guess that's how they write. I guess that's how they spell Jason in the Dominican Republic, the homeland of Jason Rosario. Okay, so according to the newly crowned unified champion Jason Rosario, he knew right away that Julian Williams was being affected by his power. On Saturday night, 2020 received what may become the upset of the year. I don't know if it's the upset of the year. But certainly, yeah, I think it'd be fair to describe it as an upset. Rosario captured the WBA, the IBO. Damn, this thing's on heat. WBA, the IBO, and the IBF junior middleweight titles. Junior middleweight or super welterweight. Take your pick. Junior middleweight titles with a shocking 5th round stoppage of hometown favorite Julian J. Rock Williams at the Temple University Licroras Center in Philadelphia, Philly. Some betting circles had Rosario listed as high as 30-1 underdog. Damn. Should have put a pony on that. What's a pony? Anyway, as soon as I stepped into the ring, I knew he could not hurt me. I know this, said Rosario. I knew that my power was affecting him right away. This is a big victory for me and for the whole Dominican Republic. Okay. In his first world title fight, the Dominican Republic's Rosario landed power punches from the outside and opened up a cut with a 1 punch over Williams' right eye in the 2nd round. Williams was landing power punches of his own, but was unable to stop Rosario from coming forward. I'm so emotional in this moment right now, said Rosario, exactly like that. When I lost my last fight, I say I will never lose again until I become champion of the world. And that is what happened tonight. I came prepared, I know before the fight that I was going to win it, even before the fight. In round 5, Rosario landed the punches that would ultimately lead to the end of the fight, hitting him with hard, straight right hands that immediately slowed down Williams. I have to give a lot of credit to my team. I had 16-week training camp that prepared me for this. My life changed forever, and I can support my family in a whole new way. I realized that I was going to win once I was offered the fight. I knew that if I made the right sacrifice. Andreas the Punch Ruiz, are you listening? Sacrifice. Let me underline the word sacrifice. If I make the right sacrifice, I would do what I did tonight. I knew it 16 weeks ago. Rosario sensed the moment and came forward with big punches while Williams tried to hold and survive. Eventually, the onslaught proved to be just too much. And the referee, Benji Estevez, halted the bout at 1 minute 37 seconds into the 5th round. At the time of the stoppage, Rosario led 39-37 on 2 cards, with the third card scored a draw. 38-38 at that point. Okay, so let's go over back into Stream Yards. Boom, boom, boom. And I am joined by Marla. Marla, how do you do, sir?
Good, mate. Good.
Excellente. Did you catch the AJbxng fights versus Rosario?
I did. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I had my where's my scorecard? No, I didn't even score. Well, I did round by round. Where are we? Yeah, AJbxng impressed me. He impressed me against Hurd. But he didn't impress me this time around.
Yeah. I saw it. Like, I gave him the first round.
Yeah.
But then from the second round, I sort of stopped scoring the fight. I just ended up watching it. But I gave him the first round. The second round I gave to, is it Rosario?
Yeah.
And that second round, I started thinking upset even in that second round.
Yeah.
Rosario looked strong. And what was the other guy's name? J-Rock. He looked hittable, man.
Yeah.
J-Rock looked hittable.
Yeah.
He was the other guy was having no issues finding the mark, and it didn't surprise me, the ending, It was obvious it was coming.
It was kind of funny because it was like a role reversal between the this fight and J-Rock's previous fight with Jarrett Hurd. When Jarrett Hurd just immediately looked like he was going to be outgunned.
Yeah.
That's the fight when J-Rock, Julian Williams J-Rock won the super welterweight titles. That's when he won his titles off Jarrett Hurd, and Jarrett Hurd was, supposed to win that fight. Jarrett Hurd, yeah, that's his name. Supposed to win that fight, but pretty much almost immediately. J-Rock looked the sharp guy. He looked the sharper guy. He looked the meaner guy. He looked the guy who was there to take the crown from the champion. And it's funny how it worked out, because with this fight as well, from the second round onward, it looked like the same damn thing was happening all over again. But this time, J-Rock was the champion rather than the challenger. And what happened to Hurd was happening to J-Rock.
And the scary thing is how easily he was beaten.
Yeah.
If they have a rematch, I could just see him getting smashed again. I just don't think he can take the guy's punches.
Yeah, exactly. He just looked out of sorts, just terribly out of sorts. He looked in shape, although I've heard some rumbles and rumors that he had some I just found out what a pony is. Thank you, Philip Carl Roberts. It looked like you thought that I've known that after watching Fools and Horses for so many years, but anyway, he just looked. I heard that J-Rock had some issues in his training. He wasn't looking the sharpest, but hey, you have X amount of time to prepare. You just do your best, and you come with what you got. And if what you got isn't good enough, then you are, pardon my expression, screwed.
Yeah, I think they're making, I know they're saying he didn't look good in training, but he got dominated so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just comprehensive, man. Comprehensive hammering. I don't think it would have made any difference what he did coming in there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think that. You have to think, well, boy, you just got your ass kicked. And I don't think Rosario was exaggerating. I mean, I saw very clearly that J-Rock was uncomfortable. He was uncomfortable when Rosario started winging those right hooks in. Well, it was the punch variety as well. Rosario, even though he's not a well-known guy out of his native Dominican Republic, even though he's not a well-known guy out of there, he was putting his punches together sweetly. He was sweet. I was landing those right hooks, left hooks, uppercuts, hooks to the body, straights to the head. That guy looked like he was enjoying himself out there.
Oh, that was the thing. J-Rock didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
He couldn't read him.
He just couldn't. He really could not. He was just shipping shots. I may have given him another round. The first round, where's my thing? It's right here. Let's go through this. Okay. There's one. Oh yeah, there we are. Round 1, Williams, nice jabs. Round 2, Rosario, aggressive to the body, cuts Williams with a big right. Round 3, Williams, good, nice intelligent boxing. Straights from Williams, that's J-Rock, and hooks from Rosario. So I gave round 3. Controversially, I gave round 3 to Williams. I don't think there's many people who did that, but I did. You can only score it as you see it. Round 4, Williams, nice boxing. Williams mostly straight. Rosario mainly hooks. Once again, good punch variety, particularly from Rosario. Rosario's round, although it was close. So I had round 4 close as well. But I gave that to Rosario. Round 5, left hook at the 50 seconds in to the 5th round. Rocks J-Rock. What is that? That's a left hook, yeah. Williams falls to the canvas. And after some time grappling around, Williams falls to the canvas. It's not ruled a knockdown, but Williams is clearly rocked. Takes a while to return to his feet. Right uppercut, left hook combo sees the end of the fight as J-Rock flounders along the ropes. The ref waves off the fight. J-Rock loses in front of his home crowd. And the new champion, super welterweight, is, what belts has he got? Let me have a quick look. I think he's got the WBA and IBF. Let's just have a quick gander, make sure I've got the right. Hold on, I've got the chat. I've got the link here. It's in the link. It will be in the link. Yeah, that's right. Capture the WBA, IBO, and IBF. Yeah. Okay. So that one is chopped up. So what do you reckon about what do you think about J-Rock coming in again for the rematch? He says he wants the rematch.
I think he'll get knocked out again.
Yeah. I don't think it's advisable. I think J-Rock, he's got the option. He's got a rematch clause, but I don't think he should exercise it. Having said that, we said the same thing about Joshua.
Yeah, that's true. You know, Joshua come back against Ruiz, but I just, man, he just beat
the brakes off.
Oh, he did, man. He just beat the brakes off him, man, and he finished it. He finished it so easily. Like Ruiz, looking back on it, you know, Ruiz had to really beat AJ down. Yeah. This guy, he just smoked him. It was effortless almost, and I just He was too comfortable. It was simply too comfortable for Rosario, and so, you know, I say to J-Rock, yeah, the Joshua thing did happen. He did come back, and you see, the only way he can take that rematch is if he knows totally and thoroughly that a number of factors were wrong, number of things were wrong, and if he has total confidence that he can correct the wrongs
and come back and fight the way he thought he was going to fight. If he's totally convinced of that, if that is the case, then by all means, go ahead and take the rematch. But from an outsider looking in, it seems that he would be best advised to just step back and rebuild. That's what I say. I think that's what you were saying, Marla.
Oh, definitely. Because the thing that concerns me about him was that he couldn't take Rosario's power. So he can go back to the gym and he can make a lot of technical adjustments, but he can't make his chin better. And I think no matter what he does, at some point in the fight, Rosario's going to hit him.
Yeah.
So that's I think Rosario could be a guy that just has his number.
Yeah, that happens. That shizzle does happen, and it could be what we saw on Saturday. Well, I had a good night's sleep. I saw that on Sunday. You know, none of this 5 a.m. up at 5 a.m. business malarkey for me, unless it's some kind of huge fight. Went out, had a little drinky, not a big one, just a little one. Came in, slept soundly, and was woken to some text messages about the weekend's fights. Okay, so we got that one chopped and diced. Let's go ahead and do the roll call. We got big DJ Georgie Porgy up in the building. Cal L. An offer to Joshua from either Wilder or Fury won't mean squat. If the loser of Wilder versus Fury activates the two-way immediate rematch clause, Winkle thinks we are dumb as Wilder. Well, yeah, that rematch clause. Yeah, it's interesting because is it two-way? Is it two-way? Because there's conflicting reports. Bob Arum, I've heard, said the winner gets to decide if there's a rematch, gets to decide if there's a trilogy, the third fight. And then I've heard Frank Warren says the loser gets to decide whether there's a third fight. So it's like, who the hell, what the hell? Which version is the truth? Is it the winner gets to choose or the loser gets to choose? You know, we're hearing different things. Okay, and yes, Marla is up in the building. Who else we got? Red Gloved Militant. And of course, Philip Carl Robert in the building. What's Philip saying? There is no chance of that, is there? They said there will be a Wilder Fury trilogy regardless of the outcome. Then it's White's turn. Yeah, it's White's turn after that in 2021. Them guys that love to string it out. Fury and Wilder love to string it out. Jeez. I was just watching some of the old interviews between Fury and Klitschko. Some of them were quite entertaining, Marla.
Who was that? Fury and Klitschko. Yeah, I can't even remember any of those.
I was just watching them. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was just randomly watching some of their old press conferences they had together. It was quite hilarious.
Was that when he had the Batman suit?
No, I never watched that. I watched that once. It was a bit too cheesy for me. I never watched it again. You know, plus I don't think he had the spring in his step that Batman had, so it just kind of ruined it for me. You know what I mean? Looked a bit too cumbersome for the role. Where are we? The funniest thing is 40% offer from Joshua to Wilder is still a lot more than Wilder makes. It is. It's a hell of a lot more. Yeah, Shirley Winkle thinks most fans are as thick as Wilder. Oh my gosh, hilarious. The alien Paul forgot to take his older brother Shelly with him when he left. Oh my gosh, that's funny. That was a good film, Paul. Yeah, this is the Georgie Porgy. Don't forget to support the channel. You got that like button, the subscribe button, etc., etc. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Where are we now? It's things like that, the passing. It's things like that that sparks that bucket list up. Yeah, straight, because I was going to watch a comedy show over the weekend. And then I checked the timings and I was surprised at how early they started. So I didn't catch it, but I did some research. So I'm going to be watching some shows, etc., etc. Ironic how J-Rock said, don't underestimate your opponent to Jarrett Hurd, and then does exactly that against Rosario. It is ironic. Okay, a pony. It's 25 pound. 25 pound. Rosario must have hit a lot harder than Hurd. Williams was unfazed by Hurd's hardest shots. Yeah. J-Rock rocked. J-Rock can beat Rosario. He simply underestimated him. He don't have to improve his chin. Don't get hit is the ticket. It's a boxing match. He will get hit at some point. I've heard from several sources that the loser gets an immediate rematch on request. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard. The loser gets on request. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That is what I heard. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So we're gonna be moving on now into. Let me move that out of the way. Where's that? Move that to the other side and go into the next topic. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know what it is. I know what it is. So where's the window? Where is the window? Okay. I need to find that. I need to find that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom.
God, I hope Fury and Wilder don't have a third fight. I just want this fight to settle it, and then I want to see Wilder fight some other people.
Settle the damn thing and move on. Who wants to see that? Settle the damn thing and move on. I don't know anybody clamoring to see a third fight.
No, man.
You know, but in a sense, there's an argument to say they have to have a third fight, because if one person wins the second fight, that means they've won 1.1 fights, 1.5 fights, and the other person is on 0.5. All the other person has to do to level the score is to win the trilogy, and then you got both of them around 1.5.
What I wouldn't mind seeing happen, I wouldn't mind seeing them have a third fight. Like if the second fight was really competitive, I wouldn't mind seeing a third one. But what I'd like to see them do is have the second fight, then have Wilder go off and fight some other people, like fight AJ or fight Dillian White, then come back and have a third fight with Fury.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with a delayed third fight. The same way they did they delayed the second fight and had fights in between. I'll be perfectly cool with them doing that with the third fight. So, you know, the winner fights White. Winner fights White. The winner of the second fight, he fights White.
Yeah, man.
And then, you know, then boom, what happens then? Wilder. I think Wilder's gonna win. So let's go with my pick. Wilder's gonna knock out Fury. And then he fights. This is fantasy stuff. He fights, I mean, fantasy in terms of what he does if he does win. Then he fights White late. Well, does he have to be late? In the second half of 2020. I don't know who wins that. I think Wilder's the favorite, justifiably so. So let's say Wilder wins. Second half of 2020. Then next he fights Joshua. That's my ideal. Well, that's if he does win. That's my ideal scenario for what he does. If Wilder wins, if Fury wins, then I would like him to fight White second half of 2020. And then the winner of that fights whoever's got the WBA, WBO, IBF, fights the unified champ. If that's still AJ, so be it. What's your scenario?
Yeah, because Wilder's only going to fight. He generally only fights twice a year, I think.
Yeah.
So I sort of feel I would honestly like to see him fight Fury, and if he knocks Fury out, fight AJ this year.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, but I sort of I don't know how keen they really are on the AJ fight. I think they'll see Dillian White as a more low risk, beatable opponent. I think they'll see it that way.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for Dillian White. Yeah, this year.
I'd be cool with that. So one of them, so Dillian gets his shot at the WBC belt this year. That would be awesome. And then, go on to hopefully fight Joshua, the unified champ, whoever that may be. So we got yes. The Boxing Jedi is up in the building. As Big Boys Boxing say, this is the second fight for me. As long as we get a winner, we don't need a third. Exactly. Unless the winner beats Joshua, the third fight. Don't need a third fight unless the winner beats Joshua. After that, indeed. Wilder is the favorite. What are you talking about? I can reiterate it if you wish. Wilder, in my mind, is the favorite versus Dillian White.
Yep, I'm going for Wilder winning against Dillian. I stylistically, I think Wilder's got he's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got the speed, he's got that one punch power, and Dillian is going to have to come to Wilder to close the range, and he's easy to hit. Dillian, his defense is not good, and when you're easy to hit and you're fighting Wilder, that's a big problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It is a big problem. Don't get it twisted. Don't get me wrong. I would love Joshua. I would love Joshua. I would love Dillian White to win. That would be brilliant. I would love it. Do I think Dillian White can beat Wilder? Yes, I do. Do I hope Dillian White beats Wilder? Yes, I do. But I personally, I have Wilder as the favorite in that matchup. He's got the longer. Has he got the longer reach? I think he's got the longer reach. Yeah. I think he's got the longer reach. And he's got that one punch. I'll call it the destabilizer, the discombobulator. He's got the discombobulate. He doesn't tend to starch people, but he does make them drop and does get them discombobulated. So I'd have to have him in there as the favorite. But I would hope that Dillian White, who can get to Wilder, who can't get to Wilder.
Well, it's funny that so many of these guys get knocked out. So
they get to him and then get knocked out.
Yeah,
they get to him and then get knocked out. But do I think Dillian can knock Wilder out? Absolutely. 100%.
Oh yeah, man. He's got that left hook. If he can get, and Wilder's a slow starter.
Yeah.
In his fight. So if Dillian could jump on him and get him early and get that left hook, he could win.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I would still put my money on Wilder in that fight.
Yes. You'd be the favorite in my opinion. I think Joshua is tied up with 2 mandatory fights unless he has to vacate. I don't see them allowing him to keep the belts while not taking on both IBF and WBO. Yeah, he does have the mandatories, but and they have been waiting for some time. Unification beats mandatories normally, but that is not written in stone. These guys are saying their guys have been, the IBF are saying their guys been waiting for a hell of a long time, so I don't think they're waiting anymore. I think that it will be Pulev next. The WBO situation with Usyk And maybe Parker. Maybe Parker's going to be his dance partner. That one, they're not gonna allow any messing about. The WBO are insistent that their belt gets fought for within the next, well, certainly this year.
Yeah, I think AJ is going to drop that WBO. It makes sense. He'll drop the WBO. He'll take care of Poliev. Parker and Usyk will fight for the WBO. Whoever wins that fights AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it was Boardroom Bully made the point about the mandatories, was it? No, it was Philip Carl Roberts. Yeah, he made the point. Yeah, so that's why I say fight White. Wilder, fight White. That way, there's no mandatories messing around. There's no messing around. There's no other bodies involved, belt bodies, sanctioning bodies involved. It's just the WBC. So, boom, there you go. Fight White. Whoever wins this next fight between Fury and Wilder, fight White. Second part of 2020. Very, very simple. Very simple. Okay, so now we go over to. I opened that window. There it is. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Am I talking about that or am I talking about? Let me reconsider that. Nah, let me just go with the flow. Let me go with my flow, my intended flow. Okay, let me share this. Boom. Okay, so UFC's Dana White compares McGregor to Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, so the UFC president Dana White has compared company superstar Conor McGregor to some of the biggest legends in the sport of boxing: Ali, Mike Tyson, and Sugar Ray Leonard, after the Irishman made his return to the octagon. Okay, so McGregor needed just 40 seconds. Go see my video, Gone in 40 Seconds. Not now, later, after the show, to defeat the Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, in Las Vegas on Saturday night. The 31-year-old marked his comeback after a 15 months absence from the octagon. And Dana White believes McGregor has now reached the same level of stardom as icons such as Ali, Mike Tyson, and Sugar Ray Leonard. Conor is such a huge superstar. I put him up there with Tyson, Leonard, White. All of them, he added. I put him up there with all of them when asked if McGregor could be compared to Ali, etc., etc. He's got the biggest pay-per-view in the pay-per-view viewing history. How many of the top 10 how many of the top 10 have that? I don't even know. He's one of the biggest stars out there. A lot of the times, coming into his career, he's been doubted for his talent, and he proves everybody wrong every time. Not every time, Dana. Not every time. White was also asked how much McGregor was worth to the UFC, with a figure of $2 billion suggested by a reporter. $2 billion? Sounds like a good number. I'll take that. White joked. I don't know what he's worth to the company, but it's big. It's a lot. I couldn't go anywhere without seeing that. You couldn't go anywhere without seeing this fight. This is one of those fights that people who normally don't buy do buy. Then Conor comes out and does what he did tonight. You can't put a number on that. It's massive. It's global. The world was watching tonight. McGregor's previous fight came in October 2018 when he was defeated by Khabib Nurmagomedov. In his own post-fight news conference, McGregor outlined his intentions to go up against the Russian once more. Don't do that. And White is eager to make the rematch happen. Don't do that. White's at a place, we're at the place right now where Conor was saying that going into the Khabib fight, he had lots of personal stuff going on. Some stuff was self-inflicted. He had injuries. He had all these other things going on, court cases, punching up old men in bars. He's been obsessed with getting that rematch because he knows that he wasn't 100% right. We're looking at Ali Foreman, Ali Fraser. This is a massive fight with a global appeal. It's the fight to make. It's the fight that makes sense. It's for the 155-pound title. It's huge for Khabib's legacy too. If he beat McGregor and then he beats Tony Ferguson, then he beats McGregor again. This is how this kid is. When he retires, he's 30-something and oh, he's beating all of the best. I don't know if he's talking about, he was talking about Nurmagomedov there. Okay, so there he is. Let me open up this picture in a new tab. Where are we? Yeah. So there he is. That is, hold on. I know I got somebody waiting backstage. There we are. Let me stop sharing. And boom, boom, boom. In comes,
what's up, guys?
In comes the boxing Jedi. How do you do, Box Jedi?
All right, guys. What's going on, man? How's everybody doing, man?
It's all good over here. It's all good over here. So, the boxing Jedi. Dana White had some very what'd you call that? What would you call that? What would you call Dana White's word? Glowing. Glowing. He had some very glowing words for Conor McGregor. But before I push it out there, I go out to the panel. I have to say that I don't know how much you guys follow the mixed martial arts, but I followed it. I've practiced it, and let me tell you, or anybody who is any doubt, Cerrone is pretty much now a high-level journeyman. That is what Cerrone is. He's a high-level journeyman.
Yep.
That means there's no walkover, there's no pushover, but at the same time, he's not at the very highest level anymore. He's like the bottom end of the top 10. So he's still reputable, but he ain't no top 5 guy anymore. So I think it was a good fight. Conor had been out of the octagon for 15 months, and so it's only right and sensible that you take a sensible matchup. And it was a sensible matchup for Conor. It wasn't anybody who's going to try and kill him with the grappling,
Right.
So although Cerrone is a good submissions guy, he's not somebody who's going to grind you into the canvas. He generally prefers to stand and bang. And regardless of Conor's shortcomings, if you're going to stand and bang with him, then he always has more than a fair chance. The boxing Jedi.
Oh, yeah. I like Conor McGregor's striking game. In the UFC, he has the best striking game. I have to give him that. His outside game is awesome. When
you finish, pass it over to Marla. I'm just going to go to the kitchen for a minute. Okay,
no problem. His striking game is awesome, but I feel it's very blasphemous of Dana White to even go there and try to put Conor McGregor on the same pedestal as the greats. That's number one. Number two, that's a totally different platform. Like everybody he's named are boxers, are all-time great boxers, are legends. Conor McGregor is not even a legend yet. I mean, he's still. This is what I mean about this era, about just giving guys accolades for no reason. You know what I'm saying, Mala?
Yeah, man. I grew up watching Tyson, and I mean, he wasn't just the biggest name in boxing; he was the biggest name in sport.
Right.
He was bigger than the tennis stars. He was bigger than the basketballers. I mean,
Yes.
he was just, it's unbelievable. And you can't, like Conor McGregor, he's big in the UFC, but you can't give him that stature that Tyson had at the peak of his career. And it's the same with Muhammad Ali. He's bigger than Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
So I mean, Conor McGregor, he's got a big name. I respect him as an athlete, but he hasn't reached that status yet. There's no way. No.
Not at all. I mean, look at the names in that list that he tried to compare him to. Are you crazy? Like these, it's no, man. That's a premature, notion right there. And I tell you the truth right now. All this talk with Mayweather and McGregor going at it again, that's a freaking circus, man.
It is, and I think I talked to you about it once before. I think if Mayweather gets into the cage with McGregor, UFC All Out, Mayweather will get hammered.
Mayweather he'll get tore up, man, like a sheet of paper.
Yeah, man.
Oh
yes, indeed. And in comes the man like Ross Clark.
What's up, fellas? What's up, Kato?
BC, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Malo? Mala, what's up, Raphael?
Yeah, man.
Good to hear from you guys.
Yeah, man. We're here. It's a Monday, so that's boxing talk with Rafi Day.
No doubt.
I'm saying you're over the weekend. Everybody's over the weekend, and then this is the place to come and to gather and to try and make sense of the madness which surrounds us. And the latest piece of madness is the utterances, the words of Dana White talking about Conor McGregor is up there with the all-time greats. He mentioned the esteemed name of none other than Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassius Clay.
Oh my God!
Don't call him that. Don't be Joe Frazier. Don't be Joe Frazier.
Wow.
Who else did he mention? He mentioned Mike Tyson. And who's the third person? He mentioned a third person.
Joe Louis, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Now I'm going back. I put him up there with Sugar Ray Leonard. Damn.
I mean, and Dana White said this?
Dana White said it is on record. It's recorded, so he can't pretend, he can't front. He can't front like he never said it. Said it, and it is known. It is known.
Can I give my opinion on that?
Of course.
First of all, I gotta disagree with them humbly because Dana White should only compare Conor McGregor to MMA fighters.
Yes.
It's two different sports. You can't say that. I would never say that Anderson Silva or GSP are the Muhammad Ali of MMA. I wouldn't, because it's two different sports. I mean, it's pretty silly, and it's actually immature for somebody who's an owner of a big company to even say something like that. And then number two, Conor McGregor really has, I mean, at the end of the day, he fought all these little guys at 155 when he should have been fighting at 170 in his prime. And now that he can't make the weight anymore at 155 because he's too damn old to lose the weight, now he's campaigning at 170 and not really fighting anybody. And when he fought somebody that was good, he lost.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's at the end of the day, to compare him to Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, Ray Robinson, or anybody, it's crazy and dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah. It is absolutely outrageous. It is without foundation, and it is erroneous. It is erroneous. Conor McGregor, CM, say that. Yeah, it's quite simply erroneous. Conor McGregor he's been in the game now at the top level for maybe about 4 years. He's 31 years of age right now. How much longer has he got at the top level? At the top level in mixed martial arts. I mean, he's 31. We could give him to 33. I'll give him 2 years max. I hope I'm not sounding harsh, but I'm giving him 2 years max at the top level. And even then, he's got to pick carefully. He's got to pick wisely. He he was favorably matched. He's been favorably matched throughout some of his career. I mean, he has got reputable wins. I mean, he did starch Jose Aldo, who was a longtime champion. He starched him in a matter of seconds, and so absolute credit has to be given for that. But you know, when it comes to Nurmagomedov, somebody who can just take you down and keep you down and grind you down. I don't know, man. I think Nurmagomedov beats him 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. And so really, Conor McGregor right now, he's got 2 years left at the top in my book. 2 years left at the top, and even that requires, shall we say, intelligent picking of opponents. Anybody want to come in on that?
I have to say it like this: if he fights Khabib again, he'll lose again.
Yeah.
You know, Khabib, like I said, McGregor has no ground game whatsoever. He has a striking game. Now, even in boxing, like Ross Clot said, I'm sorry, I laughed. I'm sorry, guys. It's just funny to me because, you know, it's you know, I speak of this all the time on my lives, Raph. Everybody, you know what I mean? These are premature notions. You know, when these are false accolades, man, and it's blasphemous when a guy that's only been there for 4 years, 5 years, right, and all of a sudden his 4 or 5 years, and his record's not even close to. Not even Sugar Ray Leonard, who has like the lesser fights out of everybody that was named out of the list, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have years and years of work. This is why boxing and UFC or mixed martial arts or MMA, totally different mechanics, totally different monsters. And the bigger monster is boxing, because you can get, like, in a matter of 2 or 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? In UFC, you can get about 50. You can be like 15-0, right? But now in boxing, it takes you about 5 to 6 years. Maybe 4 years to be 15-0, depending if on your promoter, who you are. If you're able to fight 2-3 times a year, maybe you can multiply that quickly. But on a regular standard basis of a fighter, I mean, this is why I say it's very blasphemous to try to compare the short-term MMA records and their journeys compared to the big roads and journeys and obstacles that these boxers from the sport of boxing have had. These are icons, and and Conor McGregor is nowhere near icon. Now, if you want to talk fight style, he's a microscopic. He's as microscopic as worm sperm compared to the big guys here in boxing. I mean, we got to think about it. You ask the world now, who do you know, Muhammad Ali or Conor McGregor? You can even go as far as to even say, do you know Alexis Arguello or do you know Conor McGregor? And people will say Alexis Arguello. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, a lot of people are going to say Conor McGregor over Alexis Arguello. Not boxing fans, but people in general. And so, what he has done, what Conor McGregor has done, has been very impressive. But I don't think it compares.
Right.
It doesn't compare to the former. It doesn't compare to an Alexis Arguello. No way. It doesn't compare. But then what Conor McGregor has is that mass appeal. Although with his antics and his habits being made known, I think there are a lot of people who are unhappy with him right about now.
Just want to chime in there. One thing about the UFC, it is a niche sport.
Yeah.
It's a lot smaller, like boxing in its heyday, especially. Like, if you were the heavyweight champ, like, you were the king.
Yeah.
Like, you could say to anybody who's the heavyweight champ, and they could tell you, even if they weren't a fight fan, they knew who the heavyweight champ was. Yes. Boxing was simply like when Joe Louis was there, Ali, Tyson. It was on a bigger scale than what the UFC is.
Yeah.
So I think for Dana to sort of start comparing Conor McGregor, he's not a superstar of international sport. He's known in the UFC, but you know what I mean? He just doesn't carry that stature.
I think
Yes.
Carry on, Ross Clark.
Oh no, I was gonna say, you know, in the history of boxing, even with Lomachenko, when he tried to do it, he failed against Salido. In the and even with his background, it took his background in fighting in the Olympics 2 times, right? Not once, 2 times. So that second time Lomachenko fought in the Olympics, he's at that point professional level. You got somebody like Brock Lesnar, who never fought MMA ever and became a world champion in like 2 or 3 fights. 2 or 3 fights.
Yeah.
Not only did he become a world champion, he beat a top guy, somebody that people consider one of the best submission fighters of all time. You can't do that in boxing. You can, and especially in heavyweight. In the history of heavyweight, you will never be a world champion going in there to fight the top guy with 2 fights. I'm sorry, Dana White, but you are way misinformed. Do not ever compare an MMA fighter to a boxer.
Straight up. Straight up.
Well, yeah, I'm afraid I have to agree. There is simply no comparison. I find Dana White. I've listened to your argument, and I have to say, case dismissed. Unproven. In fact, proven the other way. It's the opposite. Proven to be the opposite. Conor McGregor is burnt brightly. His flame has burnt brightly. But let's be totally honest about it. He is not the complete package. He's not the complete package. For him to come near to any of those guys, he would probably have to be a champ for the next 7 years. For the next 7 years, would he be up there if he was a champ for the next 7 years? Boxing Jedi. Oh, Boxing Jedi can't hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. What was the question again?
Yeah, if Conor McGregor was a champ for the next 7 years, would that bring him up to par? Would he be in the argument then if he was a champ for the next 7 years? Because I think that's what it would take.
I mean, first of all, it depends on his fight quality, meaning who's on his fight resume. Like if he's fighting, the top 10s or anything like that. Also, it would have to be a constant fight. Like he would have to fight year round with no sabbatical whatsoever, no breaks. You know what I mean? Because he has been off for a while, so we really don't want that anymore. After him taking his breaks, but I just feel that I think if you give him maybe 10,
okay,
if you give him 10 years, you can put him in there because he has a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. So as we come to a close, the final question is, Marla, what would Conor McGregor have to do to be in that conversation? How many years would he have to reign as champ?
I honestly, I would never have him in the conversation just because this might be controversial. But as I said earlier, the UFC boxing, the boxing's taken a little bit of a dive, the last decade or so. But when we're talking about Joe Lewis's era, Ali, Tyson, boxing was a monster. It was huge, man, and anyone knew who the heavyweight champ was. It was a sport that just carried more weight. The UFC is a niche sport.
Yeah,
it really is, and no matter how much Conor McGregor does in that sport, he's still doing it in this small niche sport. So I just don't think that anything he does is ever going to carry the weight of what, say, Mike Tyson did or what Muhammad Ali did. That's just my honest opinion.
Yeah. Ross Clark, what would Conor McGregor have to do? What would he have to do to be even in that conversation? As an all-time combat sport elite.
Well, in my opinion, he can't. He won't be able to be ever considered a great. I mean, he could be in the Hall of Fame for UFC. I don't know what the criteria is for Hall of Fame. You could even put him as one of the all-time greats. I don't know, but as far as being named, like I said, comparing him to people like Muhammad Ali, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard,
Leonard.
Mike Tyson. I mean, these are giants.
Yeah.
You comparing an ant to a god, you know, gods. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, how about this? He tried boxing. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do this.
Mm.
McGregor tried boxing and he lost.
Yep.
He lost. So that's it. That's just what I got to say about that. Will he be a Hall of Fame? Absolutely. In UFC, will it be an all-time great? Yeah, absolutely. In MMA, of course. Can we compare him to Muhammad Ali and guys like that? No.
I have to agree. Marla, I already asked you, haven't I? Okay.
Yeah.
So I've gone all around the table, and I think we have concluded that. Okay, so we move on to the next. Hold on, let me just make sure there's nothing I missed here. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, we stay on this for a little bit, just a little bit different angle. Okay, where are we? Yeah, I'm gonna share this. Let me share my screen. Okay, so what does it say? It says McGregor. Mayweather's going through money fast. The rematch will happen. UFC superstar Conor McGregor has given his take on Floyd Mayweather's teaser for their rematch. McGregor returned to the cage in spectacular fashion Saturday night at the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. The 31-year-old demolished veteran Donald Cowboy Cerrone in 40 seconds. Okay, after the fight was over, Mayweather took to social media to post a mock event poster which teased a potential rematch in 2020. He forgot McGregor Sports and Entertainment on the poster, McGregor said. That's right there. That right there cuts him out. So it's me and Manny Pacquiao. So let's see what happens. That Floyd is a funny man. We'll see what happens. The discussions are always ongoing. They never stop. You know, Floyd is going through money fast. He's far from retired. And that rematch will happen at some stage. UFC President Dana White advised several reporters that Mayweather has already reached out to him via private messages on social media, but he would not reveal the specifics of what was said. Mayweather stopped McGregor in the 10th round when the UFC superstar made his professional boxing debut, August 2017. Their pay-per-view bout generated over 4 million buys, making it the second most successful combat sports pay-per-view in history. White would like to stage a rematch between McGregor and the undefeated lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov has to beat Tony Ferguson in April, and McGregor is not really interested in waiting for anybody. I don't think the who matters. McGregor said, I don't think the who matters, though, as in it doesn't matter who it is. The who doesn't matter for me now. I'm looking at dates now. I know March was there. I'm going to have a look at the calendar and see where we're at. I'll be ready. I have a celebration tonight. I'll chill with my kids tomorrow. I'll show my son Junior the fight on telly, and we'll see how he reacts. I'll see what he thinks. And then it's back to training. Okay, so I think what we're saying here is the kind of, I'll go around the table. is Conor McGregor versus Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather. Is that something? First of all, was it a fight that you enjoyed? A, and B, is it a fight that you think will happen again within the next 18 months? I'll go around the table. The Boxing Jedi.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. The circus is back in town. That's how I feel about this whole thing. I don't want to see it. The first fight, I did not agree with it. I called it a circus, which it was. I mean, did you see the build up to it? You know, Mayweather doing that stupid pointing stuff. I mean, come on, what are you doing? Like, you know, and then listen, I'm sick of Mayweather.
Yeah.
You know, he's done what he's done. Okay. I feel like this. How can people get upset with Manny Pacquiao, who is still active and older than Floyd, but still active, right? And you got Floyd Mayweather, who's prostituting the sport. You see the difference here. You see the difference here in greatness. So now when you have Floyd Mayweather, who continues to bring this hybrid boxing thing to the scene, I feel it totally tarnishes the sport. It's you know, to put a fight. Look, first of all, let's go back on Floyd Mayweather's word when he was interviewed by a Stephen A. Smith, who don't know a damn thing about boxing. He came out and he said, he asked Floyd Mayweather Jr., how did you feel about Muhammad? No, why did you state that Leon Spinks was a nobody fighting Muhammad Ali? He goes, because imagine if I got into the ring with somebody who was 7-0 and beat me. Or if I beat them, you think that's permissible? You think they're gonna let me? You know, he did not say permissible. I put that in there because Floyd's not that educated. But you know, so my man, I think that Muhammad Ali should hold your beer. Leon Spinks should hold your beer because you fought a dude who was 0-0 and 0. Okay. Yeah. That is not permitted. And then you want to go as far as to go and say it was for the 50-0 breaking Rocky Marciano's record, which has been done in those standards. If you want to put that there, because there have been many other greats, and even in the era before this and this one, there have been people that have surpassed 50-0 before Floyd. So it's like you know. The marketing genius that he has is great, but if he really wants to impress me and other fight fans like myself who love fisticuffs flying, you know, who knows that, you know, the integrity of the whole sport is held behind the heart of two men and their fists, you know what I mean? Not their paper or their business decisions. So I just feel that you know, it's totally irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Now, if McGregor gets in there with Pacquiao, that's it for McGregor. I don't think he'll ever retire to combat sports. As to boxing or MMA, because Manny Pacquiao will definitely Margarito him. I mean, look what Floyd was doing. Now, Manny Pacquiao has more movement than Floyd. Okay, and I mean, it's man, it's totally irrelevant. Mayweather, McGregor needs to stay in his lane. Mayweather, if you're gonna come back, fight one more guy, like let's say fight a Bud Crawford or fight a Errol Spence Jr. or something. Impress us.
So, do you think that Floyd wants to impress you, or do you think he wants to make that trailer load?
It's a money grab. It's a money grab.
Yeah.
You know, it's a money grab fight. That's why I call it a circus. It's a money grab. You know, it's an attraction. You know, and I don't think it's gonna make that much. If they make a second fight, it's not gonna make that much. It's not gonna make any money because people are gonna know the outcome.
Okay. So those were the strong words of the Boxing Jedi, and we move over to Marla. Oh, sorry, I muted you. My bad. Let me unmute you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think the first fight was a circus. But I honestly think if they have another fight, but it's in a UFC environment in that cage.
No, forget about the UFC, because that ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
No,
I'm not interested. I thought if they did have a UFC fight, people would tune in to see Floyd get his ass kicked. A lot of people would love to see that.
That'll be a definite ass kicking. That's no question.
but and a lot of people would love to see it.
Oh yeah.
But another fight, I hope they don't, man. I really don't. If they're going to do it boxing style, I thought the first fight was a circus, and the second one will be just as bad.
Did you give Conor McGregor a chance in the first fight?
No, I didn't.
Not for a second. Not for a second did you think that Conor McGregor could pull off a shock upset?
Oh, you know, it's boxing. He's got to punch his chance, obviously.
Yeah.
But I really didn't seriously entertain it. I just felt he was going into Floyd's environment, and you know, Floyd was going to get the better of it.
He didn't have a puncher's chance at all.
Well, over to you, Ross Scott. It's a two-pronged question. Did you watch? Were you interested in the first fight? And do you think the second fight will happen within 18 months?
Let me explain my true feelings of that fight. And I think I mentioned this in my video. I had said that no, I'm not interested in this fight because Floyd Mayweather was counting it as a an official boxing victory for 50-0. Okay, that part I didn't like. What I did respect from Floyd is MMA fighters tend to be very disrespectful when it comes to boxing. MMA fighters always feel that it's just hands, it's just boxing. It's not like MMA, because in MMA we kick, we knee, we elbow, we grapple, we wrestle, we throw you down, we knee, we do all these things in MMA. And then just boxing is just hands. And when Floyd and when Conor McGregor got in there, right? It's a whole new world ball game now. Now you're running out of gas and you're not even wrestling. Now your legs is giving in and you're not even wrestling. Now your arms are getting tired and you're not even wrestling. And for that, I was so happy to see Floyd Mayweather beat him the way he beat him, and even toyed with him. You could tell Floyd was playing with him because let's be real, there was no puncher's chance at all. You think Conor McGregor hits harder than some of the guys Floyd Mayweather sparred? Forget a real boxing match. You think Conor McGregor punches harder than anyone that Floyd Mayweather sparred? Without a doubt, Conor McGregor punches nothing. There was nothing behind those punches. Now, do we want to see a rematch? No, we don't want to see a rematch. If Floyd Mayweather is crying for attention, he wants to be the biggest paid athlete ever. He was crying and complaining about Canelo Alvarez getting the deal that he got. And you saw him trolling and saying all the stuff, nonsense. It's all about money, 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 and attention. No, I don't want to see it. He's going to beat Conor McGregor again. He'd beat Conor McGregor 10 times out of 10. You could put Floyd Mayweather with 16-ounce gloves and Conor McGregor with 6-ounce gloves, and I guarantee you Floyd will still beat him.
Dang.
Guaranteed.
Dang.
Guaranteed.
So old Floyd is still going to toy with Conor McGregor.
Yes. Listen, you put a pair of boxing gloves, 16-ounce. Put a pair of boxing gloves on Julian Jackson right now, who is well into his 50s. Let him spar Conor McGregor. And I guarantee you, he will knock McGregor out standing on his feet.
Oh, Lord.
Guaranteed.
Damn. So.
Major facts.
So, did you watch the first fight?
Yes, I watched the first fight at my friend's place. I wasn't going to pay for it. Actually, he was asking for donations for the fight, and I humbly ignored him.
How about a few people at my barbecues do that?
Smart move.
They humbly ignore the donation jar.
Yeah, I would have passed them a jar of Grey Poupon.
Right.
Okay. So, in a sentence, do you think, and I'm going to go around the table with this, do you think that Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather happens again within the next 18 months? And I'll go first. I think Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather happens again within the next 18 months, and I'll tell you why. The first fight was sold 4 million pay-per-view. 4 million. 4 million. Now, if the second fight even drops down, because I suspect they're not going to get as much as they got the first time around. They're not going to get as much as they did first time around. But if it even does 3 million, if it even does 3 million pay-per-views, then that's a hell of a lot of money. So we're gonna go around the table. That's why I think it happens. So we're gonna go around the table. We're gonna actually come in with Phil Walker. Phil Walker has just stepped in the door.
What's up? What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, Phil? What's going on, brother?
Man, it's
What's
good,
up, Phil?
man. Happy MLK Day, man. You know.
Yeah, man. So
So
18 months. Within the next 18 months, Floyd McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. I say it happens again within 18 months. What say you, Phil Walker?
well, you know, this is what I say. Well, we absolutely know that Floyd says he's gonna come back. It's gonna be a boxing match, right? Unless anybody heard anything different. Does he come back and fight McGregor again? Nah, I don't think so. I think right now McGregor realizes that MMA and the banner that he fights underneath, UFC, I think he's hungry and he desires that attention right now. He spoke about how he, refocused his concentration into his actual craft. That's why he felt as though he was so prepared for his last match. And I think right now, all the outside influences is kind of what distracted him in the first place. I think he's good for his sport particularly, because when Connor's doing well, the entire sport is doing well. He's one of the last mega stars in UFC. So I think he's going to channel that energy into his actual sport and not so much chase, the bag, quote unquote, like, we call it. So no, I don't think it happens.
You don't think it's going to happen within the next 18 months or at all?
No, I don't think it's going to happen within the next 18 months. I think Conor feels as though he still has a lot to prove within his own sport, based on how he got embarrassed against Khabib. And I think he's going to refocus that energy into his actual sport. So but I think it's going to happen, settles in and does what he has to do to help his particular sport thrive.
Okay. So that was Phil Walker. Now we're going over to, who else is there? Going around the table. Marla. Oh, yeah, there you are.
I'm sort of 50-50 on it. I like the money's huge, and it would really be, does Floyd feel he can win it? Floyd's he's a very proud sort of guy, and it would come down to what he was able to achieve in the gym. I don't know how old is he now, 40, 42?
Is he 42 right now? Yeah, 42. Yeah.
If he feels he could win it, I think it will probably happen, because McGregor, he'll definitely take the money. He'll love the cash, but it's going to come down to what Floyd knows that he can do in the gym. Yeah. So I'm sort of I just have to sit on the fence. I just don't know.
You don't know.
I've got my doubts, to be honest. I do have my doubts if it'll happen.
You got your doubts.
Yeah.
Have I gone to everybody? Have I gone to you, Boxing Jetta? Have I gone to you? Yeah.
No, not yet. All right. I have to agree with what Mala and Phil said in the beginning of their statements, where I don't think it's gonna happen with Mayweather in 18 months, unless he gets another impressive win, over somebody in the
UFC.
yeah, the UFC. If he grabs a great win, maybe he can market himself towards a Pacquiao fight, which has been going around in the rumor mill for a while. He's even spit out that death sentence. So.
Yeah.
I see it like this. I'm like, okay, well, if it won't work with Mayweather, then it might work with Pacquiao. And if it's with Pacquiao, definitely with Pacquiao in 18 months, within 18 months. But I don't think that it would happen with Floyd in 18 months. No.
Mm-hmm.
Depending if he has a great impressive next victory against somebody that's formidable.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
And you know what, Ralph? Just to say something else, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's honestly think about this. McGregor just fought at 170. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he filled out that 170, and he looked natural in it. He didn't look like he forced the weight on. He still looked real. He still looked like he had his feet work. He still looked limber. He still looked fast. I don't see him coming down and fighting somebody, 15 or 20 pounds lighter. I think Pacquiao would absolutely stay away from that because Pacquiao's been smart with the decisions he's made in his career, and he doesn't really like to fight the guys who are naturally bigger than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I don't think McGregor wants to come down, and basically burn down to, basically be 54.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, McGregor's not coming down to 47, and that's Pacquiao's range, right?
Yeah.
So, I just think he looked too good and too spectacular at 170 pounds for him to burn down like that. So
They can go 152, and it can be an exhibition. It wouldn't be an actual qualifier. So it could be made because it's an exhibition, and they would meet at 152, which Pacquiao has campaigned in before against Margarito and one more person. I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
My bad. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see him fighting Pacquiao. I don't see McGregor fighting Pacquiao. I think it would be a different deal. I think Pacquiao would have approached the fight in a different way to how Floyd approached the fight. I do. Let me go around the table again. I think that Floyd carried McGregor. I think he carried him. I think there's rumors that Floyd had a big bet on the 10th round.
I agree.
And the fight stopped in the 10th round. I think Floyd carried McGregor. I don't think Pacquiao will be carrying McGregor. And so it's gonna be nasty. I think if Conor goes against McGregor, it's gonna be nasty. There's gonna be no carrying. There's gonna be no carrying. So yeah, just a one-word answer this time around before we move on. Marla, do you think Floyd carried McGregor?
Yes.
One-word answer. The Boxing Jedi. Did Floyd carry McGregor?
Definitely.
One-word answer. Phil Walker. Did Floyd carry McGregor?
Yes, absolutely.
One-word answer. Ross Clark. Did Floyd carry McGregor? I don't know. I think Ross Clark stepped away. Ross Clark's there. His phone's on charge. And he's off now. I think he might join us shortly. Okay, so we've chopped that up. Most of the panelists do not believe that McGregor versus Mayweather happens again within the next 18 months. I do. I think there's lots of good green American cash. Right?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You dropped off for a second, but you're back. You're back.
Question.
So the question was a one-word answer. Do you think Floyd carried McGregor?
Yes, he carried him because it was an easy fight. But I'd like to respond to Phil Walker real quick.
Yeah.
to respond to you versus Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor don't have to lose any weight. I think if Manny Pacquiao would beat Conor McGregor even if he weighed 190 pounds. I mean, we're talking about an MMA fighter versus a professional boxer, one of the best fighters ever, actually, and an old man who's still at the top of his game, who beat Keith Thurman recently. You put Keith Thurman in with Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor could weigh 180 pounds. Keith Thurman could weigh 145. Keith Thurman beats him. I mean, it's just that simple. And Manny Pacquiao fought a lot of big guys. He's not afraid of anybody. I think he'll whoop McGregor. I think Conor McGregor, yes, he will fight. Floyd will try to make that fight happen because it's all about money. It has nothing to do with the victory. It's all about attention, and it's all about money. It doesn't matter. That's what it's about. It's not about the sport. It's about him making money.
It's about the money. It's about
all right. So let me go ahead and jump in on that right quick, right? Yeah. So with that being said, okay, nobody said that Pacquiao was scared of anybody. Nobody said a lot of the stuff that you reiterated with is nothing that I've mentioned in particular besides the weight classes. Okay, so with that being said, they have weight classes for a reason. Do I think Manny Pacquiao is a superior boxer? Yeah, I actually picked him fighter of the decade over Floyd because of his longevity in the sport and him doing what he did against a younger fighter, Keith Thurman. Okay, and I love Floyd. But with that being said, it's not about him beating him at 170 pounds. Okay, I think that Manny Pacquiao is the kind of fighter that takes boxing very seriously. He's been doing it for a very long time at a high level for a very long time. He's not going to make a mockery of the sport and come in and fight a guy at 170 pounds. He's going to make it to where if he's going to do it, it's going to be somewhere of the actual parameters of an actual boxing match.
Yeah, I agree. Just like Floyd did that. I agree.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao right now at the level that he's fighting at in his career, honestly, I don't think he has time to prove anything against an MMA guy. That's why I particularly don't think it's going to happen. But if it does happen, it's going to happen along the actual parameters of an actual boxing match. So yeah, it's not a question whether he can beat him at 100. I think he can beat him. That's not what we're discussing. We're discussing whether the fight is going to actually happen. And I'm just going to stick to that topic in general. So no, I don't think it's going to happen because the main reason why is because Manny Pacquiao right now in his career, he's looking to cement his career. Not that he has more to prove, because he is absolutely going to go down as an all-time great. And I think Conor McGregor is just somebody that's not in his line of sight right now. He wants the young champions. He's already expressed it, and that's what he's going to go after. Not a 170-pound MMA guy.
Okay, so I think that is chopped up. I think that's chopped up. I think we chopped that one up. Ross Clark is back.
Yeah, I don't think Manny Pacquiao, he wants to fight real boxers at the end of the day. I mean, if he gets offered money to fight Conor McGregor, yeah, he'd do it. But at the end of the day, unlike Manny Pacquiao is not going to do like Floyd and chase an MMA fighter, because Manny Pacquiao is a true warrior for boxing. And I just feel like at the end of the day, we want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Spence, Crawford, guys like that. Definitely not Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I think that's what Phil was saying. He's interested in real boxing. I think that's what Phil was saying. And I'm saying that's the difference right there. Manny Pacquiao is still deep in the boxing. And Floyd, Floyd is like doing a kind of like farewell tour, rolls out the farewell tour every few years. And that's why I see him going up against Conor McGregor.
He's been doing a farewell tour for the past 5 years, bro.
Hey, it's like Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro. Remember when Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I remember, bro. Motherfuckers took 10 years to say goodbye.
It's the long goodbye, bro. It's the long goodbye. They might come back on another farewell tour anytime. It could happen at any time. And I think that's what Floyd's on. And yeah, I have to confess. It makes me curious. That you see, this is why I think the fight sells. This is why I think Floyd v. McGregor sells. I know I'm in the minority here, but I'm going to tell you why I think it sells. There's always going to be that fascination with Floyd. Has he fallen off? Everybody's got to fall off at some point. And I think the selling point is Floyd crazy? Are we going to see Floyd lose? Any top fight Floyd takes, any big fight Floyd takes, there's going to, because you know a lot of people used to go to watch Floyd to lose. A big part of Floyd Mayweather's appeal was people tuning in to watch him lose. And I think that's the appeal of any significant Floyd Mayweather fight. A lot of people want to see him lose.
Nope. Nobody at 147 right now, except for maybe Manny Pacquiao, will give Floyd Mayweather a good fight. I
think Terrence Bud Crawford, out of the young guys, besides Manny Pacquiao, would give Mayweather a run for his money right now.
But Floyd's going to be off all kind of PEDs. He's going to have referees and glove sizes and ring sizes. Yeah. I mean, no one's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. You know, money talks, bullshit walks. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather's the biggest cherry picker, and this is the MOBC, my own boxing community.
All right.
Yo, say something. Look, Floyd. Look, I don't like the fact that you alluded that Floyd was on PEDs. Floyd Mayweather's always been one of the hardest working boxers to ever do this. Okay. Now he may have some stipulations as far as IVs and stuff is concerned, but no, Floyd Mayweather's not a PED user. And
Phil, let me ask you a question. Phil, let me ask you an honest question.
Okay.
Could you answer it, please, with all your honesty? You remember when Floyd Mayweather did the weigh-in versus, I believe, Andre Berto and versus Conor McGregor? He had the exact same six-pack abs, and actually more chiseled than the six-pack abs he had when he fought at 130 pounds, where there's less fat, more muscle, right? How come his abs look more chiseled at 40 years old than it did when he was 23 years old?
I mean, just like with anything, okay? Exactly. So with anything, with age comes more experience. Look, let me tell you. But hold up.
So hold on, Phil. No,
Ross Clark. No, Ross Clark.
No, because I wanna. There's a double entendre. No, real quick. But how come Bernard Hopkins' abs never look like that?
Hold on.
Okay, so
I have to step in before Phil has to go. Now,
sorry, Ralph. Go ahead. Sorry,
no, it's cool. We're talking about genetic makeup. Some people have a predisposition to different things. Like you can walk in a gym. Three guys can walk in a gym. One guy has a predisposition to develop traps, really impressive traps. A next guy has a genetic predisposition to develop impressive pectoral muscles. The next guy, the third guy, has a genetic predisposition to develop thick, impressive latissimus dorsi. That's the back. So each man has a genetic predisposition, and each man's genetic predisposition plays a part in how a person looks. On top of that, you have diet. Depending on your diet, you can have a diet which is which is geared towards stripping fat. And then you have exercise regimen. So I say there's a three-pronged answer to that.
Can I?
Genetic. Yeah, you can come in after me, Phil. Genetic predisposition.
No, that's not me.
Oh, sorry. It's Phil and
But
then
yeah,
the Boxing Jedi. It's Phil next, then the Boxing Jedi. So genetic predisposition, diet, and exercise. That's my response to that. Phil Walker.
Yeah, I mean, look, I agree with everything that Ruffy just said, 110%. So I'm always answer the question honestly, because I am Mr. 100%. So look, check this out. Floyd Mayweather is one of those kind of fighters that people desire to be. Okay, everybody in boxing desires to be Floyd Mayweather, but what people don't see behind the scenes is Floyd Mayweather is never out of shape. Floyd Mayweather is a machine, man. This dude, even now, on his farewell tour, his 10-year farewell tour, he is still in phenomenal shape, man. He's not one of those guys that needs a 10, 12, 13-week camp in order to get shape. Floyd Mayweather stays on point, man. And with age comes experience. Floyd Mayweather is wise enough, and I'm sure he has the right people around him to know that his diet is going to have to change in order for him to maintain the physique and basically the endurance that he needs at his age. So no, man, Floyd Mayweather's always been a clean fighter. Floyd Mayweather's never been popped for PEDs. And I'm not going to let anybody allude to that fact, because if we're being honest, that means we're speaking from a factual standpoint.
All right. Now allow me to speak on a factual standpoint. And what I'm about to say is pure fact. When you're done here, anybody who wants to go against this can do their homework, because I've been doing it for a long time. As a matter of fact, this is exactly why I opened up a YouTube channel about 9 years ago. Now, there's a man named Thomas Hauser who has debunked Balco and has basically exposed almost every sports athlete out there, even Floyd Mayweather himself. He has come out with basically positive blood tests that Mayweather was on PEDs, as well as him taking a TUE 2 days before. Now it's funny on how VADA, which is it's, if I'm not mistaken, VADA is a testing agency. They've never stood up for any fighter whatsoever, but they did it for Floyd Mayweather. Why? Because Floyd Mayweather was bringing money to Vegas. Now, the rabbit hole gets deeper, but from what I just stated with Thomas Hauser, Balco, Mayweather, and go take a look at that. Now, Mayweather, we cannot say that because there are a lot of double standards when people, always talk about fighters being clean and stuff like that. And then, so we cannot say that any fighter, has been clean unless, unless they're caught. Right? Those are the standards we go by. We always say that. Oh, like in Manny Pacquiao's case, a lot of people believe, right? They allude to that. Oh, Manny Pacquiao's on steroids, but yet the man has never tested positive. No one has ever come out and said anything. Couple of fighters, because they've been hit so hard by him. Oh, he's got to be on steroids. He's got to be, right? When they were keeping Mayweather away from Pacquiao back then, or when they were building up the fight, however, a microscope you want to put that down under, it still gets down to the fact that people wanted to stay away from Manny Pacquiao at a certain peak of their career, okay? And especially Floyd Mayweather, all right? For Christ's sake, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao had Floyd Mayweather chopping wood, bro, Rocky style. Have you ever seen Floyd Mayweather try to prepare himself for a match like that? No. They also denied him cortisone shots. I mean, look, the rabbit hole gets deeper than this.
Brother. Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao in convincing fashion.
All right, Floyd Mayweather, right, but you still can't. You still hold on. You still hold on. You still can't answer that. You know what I'm saying? And I got a boxing channel, so you can see me anytime you want with this. But you need to come with me with the facts and the answers. I need a diagnosis of what I just broke down to you. I need you to look for that. Hold on. I need you to look for that. So because before I let you go any further, understand that when you find the facts to this, you're not going to be able to say what you're about to say. So this is why I'm going to stop you right there. I need you to come back and see me on my channel, my brother. I'm serious.
Look, I tell you what, brother. I'll come and see you on your channel at any given time.
No doubt.
But right about now, I need to cut in. We're here on my channel.
That's right, Ralph.
This is where the shizzle is going down.
Look, I'm about to go real quick. This and I'm gonna leave with this right here. This is the fact right here. Now, whether you have somebody who said that they have additional evidence that Floyd may have been a cheat, we can go and discuss that. But right now, I'm gonna speak.
Same thing goes for Manny Pacquiao. Same thing goes for Manny Pacquiao.
I'm gonna speak from a factual point right now. Floyd Mayweather has never failed a PEDs test in boxing, and that's a fact, Jack. So look,
Manny Pacquiao either.
Hold on.
Because brother,
No interruption. No interruption.
So the Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather has never failed a PED test as far as boxing goes, and that's a fact, Jack. And that's why I'm gonna leave it. I appreciate all you guys.
Fact, Jack.
I get with you on coming to your channel as always. I appreciate Raphael.
Yes.
Let me come on Combat Radio. I love you guys.
Yes. Much appreciated. That was Phil Walker.
Raf, can I address one thing? Boardroom bully. If Thomas Hauser has no facts, then why are now Lance Armstrong, because of Hauser, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, and what's his name? Sugar Shane Mosley. I mean, all the athletes that have been called by Balco, all Thomas Hauser. How does Hauser have no facts?
Okay.
Man, I think you're being biased, but go ahead.
Okay. So what my position? Well, let me bring in Marla. Marla, you there?
Yep.
What's your position? I mean, I think we got onto the drug thing. I don't know how. I'm not sure how we got into the drug thing.
I mean, my personal position on it is it's rife in all professional sport. Sadly, it is. It's I don't like it, but it is rife, and more fighters are doing it than what people want to admit. But I will never publicly come out and
Mama,
call
turn it down. Go ahead. Sorry.
I will never publicly come out and call a fighter a drug cheat if I don't have evidence. You know what I mean? That's just my personal. I may suspect it, but I won't come out and say it.
I'm the same.
Can I respond to that, Raphael? Real quick? I'll do it quick. I promise.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Mala. You know, at the end of the day, it's 2020 now. We didn't pass 2016, 2017, 2018. PEDs are so far more advanced than it has ever been, and it's way safer now. And scientists and sports science people and trainers and all these guys are way more advanced in terms of hiding it. It's more common now that a lot of these guys are using PEDs. Money talks no matter what any of us could say. If you're a good fighter and you're bringing money to these sanctioning bodies and to all these different cities, and you have to get on PEDs in order to be a victorious one, they will hide it for you. They will hide it for you.
But how is it that it's only Floyd? You seem to be suggesting that it's only Floyd's money. Hold on, listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. How is it? I think you're suggesting that only Floyd's money talks. But how is it just Floyd's money that talks?
Oh, no. That's not what I was saying. It's Canelo money talk.
Yeah.
Golden Boy Promotions money talk.
Yeah.
WBC money, which Floyd Mayweather was the green belt chaser. Okay.
Right.
And at the side of the guy.
Yep.
All right. I need you guys to look into this. At the side of the guy of the VADA testing agency was Suleiman right there, the WBC green belt. So I mean, I have to agree with what Ross Clyde is saying, but I also understand where you stand, Raph. I understand where you're at.
Wilder Juicing. He's the WBC guy. Is Wilder Juicy?
We don't know yet.
Hey, Raphael, it's very possible.
He's what? He's hold on. Let me go deeper.
Go ahead.
WBC guys more prone to the juicy?
I think they're more prone to the test being hidden. And unless they really looked into, then
That's
they're
a good one.
exposed. You know, then they're
Are
exposed.
they
Like in
juicy though, Boxing Jedi? Are they juicy? Are they more prone to being juicy?
I think there are a lot of fighters under the WBC banner that are juicy.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah, Kool-Aid man in the veins. Yeah,
Oh, man.
And the reality is, man, these guys know they can get away with it. Look at
Oh,
Jarrell
exactly.
Miller. He was blatantly caught with 3 drugs in the system. What happened to him?
exactly. Six
Nothing,
months,
man. And they know it. These drug cheats. See, these drug cheats at the moment, I've said this before. They weigh everything up and they say, well, I can cheat, I can win a title and make millions of dollars. If they catch me, they might ban me for 6 months and fine me a few $100,000. It's worth cheating
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no penalty.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, and I'll use Bernard Hopkins as an example of it. And I'm a fan. I respect what he's done, but you cannot tell me a man in his late 40s could compete with all these young guys the way he did and not be on PEDs. I'm sorry. In my own opinion.
How old is Pacquiao?
In my own
How old
opinion.
is Pacquiao?
And that goes for Pacquiao too,
No,
right?
but I'm serious. I'm serious. How old is he?
He's 39.
Okay, so he's not 40 yet.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So my pronouncement on all of this is, I just want to see a positive test. When I see, a positive test, then I will call you juicy. Until such time, I ain't doing it.
Juicy juice.
Yeah. Juicy. You so juicy. you know M2, mate. You know juicy M2, mate.
Yup.
Nobody can't tell me. The only person I'll accept a no from is Marla. Marla, do you know? Marla, do you know M2, mate? Juicy.
Oh man, that's my favorite song. I love that beat too.
Marla, do you know M2, May? Juicy? Do you know that tune?
I haven't heard it in a long time, but I think I can remember it.
Okay, because you were the only man I would have accepted a no from on M2, May. Juicy. That was an anthem, my friend.
I remember it.
That was an anthem, but you know it because Biggie Smalls used the rhythm track, the beat.
Yep.
Yes. Great song.
Yeah.
Great lyrics.
Yeah.
Everything is
that
great
bass
about
line. That bass line. A lot of people don't know, but Rafi, Rafi plays bass. So when it comes to that bass line, that's close to my heart. But okay, so I think it's like I said, the only time I'm gonna say someone is juicy is one
Juicy. It was all a dream. I used to use PEDs for a scheme.
When the test comes back and I'm saying juicy, then that's when I will, Rafi will go live and he will announce it to the world. Okay, so that got kind of animated. We got kind of animated out of nowhere with that one. Didn't expect that one, but it's all good in the hood over here at Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. Don't touch that dial. We have not concluded matters. So we move on. Let me have a look at some of these comments. I'm not going to go deep into this. We finished this now, but I'm just going to run through some of the comments. What type of PEDs would Floyd use? Do your homework, kiddo. There are many. Is that Manny? Do your homework, good kitty. There are many. Why'd you put Manny into that Boxing Jedi? Why'd you bring Manny? You're muted, Boxing Jedi. You're on mute. I can't hear you, bro.
Did I put 2 N's instead of 1?
No, I was joking, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn. I wanted him to understand.
I know what Manny would use to carry power up in weight. Oh, gosh. Ross Clark, facts. Floyd is on them PEDs. We don't know that. Is that a fact? Is that a fact? Manny Pacquiao cleaner than a bald head. Oh dear. I'm not a moon landing. I'm not a moon landing. It's fake. Like what?
Hey
Ain't-
Ralphie, let
yeah.
me address Bedroom Bully real quick.
Yeah, you
Can I
gotta
address
you
Bedroom
got-
Bully in the chat?
you can play a bass. You can play a bass. Go on, Ross.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao's KO ratio went down because he moved up in weight. That's natural when you move up in weight. Just like when Floyd Mayweather moved up from 130, his KO ratios went down. Same thing, same exact thing. But what we do know is a fact, and it may not be Peds. What we do know is a fact. Floyd Mayweather ducked his mandatory Margarito, and Manny Pacquiao went in there and dismantled and took that boy eye out. Just for Floyd. He did that for Floyd.
Okay.
Bedroom Bully. Bumba clot bedroom bully, man.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so we have successfully concluded that
you might be the bedroom bully, but I'm the bedroom bazooka, like Yellow Man. Bedroom bazooka, girlie, put your foot on me shoulder.
Okay, so we have concluded that animated section. I don't know how we got there, but we got there. We got there. Okay, bass, no treble. Okay, so okay, we're gonna move on to, I think, the big one. It's the big one, but that might have been the big one. I thought this was gonna be the big one. That could have been the big one. And the big one is, well, actually, we got to just quickly talk about this one before we get to the big one. Let me move it to the proper place. So I know where it is while I proceed to share my screen. Okay.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Hey,
yeah.
Good talking to you guys, Mala.
Cheers,
Raphael, man. My brother Jay Cotto, of course. I'm gonna step out.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me on. I'm gonna still listen.
Yeah, man.
I'm still listening. I just gotta go do something.
Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. Thanks for spending some time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And hopefully I wasn't too loud and disrespectful, Ralph.
Nah,
you're one of my favorite channels, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's nice. You got animated, but that is all good. It's good for the listeners. It's all good. Much appreciation goes out to Ross Clyde. Much appreciation.
Right on, man. Peace.
Okay, I think I'm sharing. So we're gonna have to touch this just for a couple seconds. It would be rude not to. Okay, so Elidir Alvarez versus Michael Seals. Michael Seals, a fellow Alabama guy, to Deontay Wilder versus Elidir Alvarez. Okay, fought Kovalev twice, as you know. Second time, said he had problems with making the weight because he had some kind of Achilles rupture. And so we found getting the weight down difficult, and he attributes that to some of the difficulties he experienced in the second Kovalev fight. Anyway, nonetheless, he fought Michael Seals on Saturday. And it was a I can't say it was an exciting fight. It was a kind of lackluster fight. But in this fight, I think Seals just looked half a second, a fraction of a second slower than Alvarez all the way through the fight. Alvarez was whipping over some. It looked kind of sharp to me. Was whipping over some rights, and I thought, whoa, saw him whip over a right. I think that could have been in the 5th round. And I thought, wow, if that connects, then that could be vicious. And sure enough, it connected in the 7th round. and it was all over. It was all over. Not an exciting fight, but the knockout. That knockout left Seals lying on the bottom rope in the crucifix position. When Seals came to, couldn't get up, couldn't really move, but he was arguing with the ref. When the ref went up, he was arguing on his back. He was lying on his back, arguing with the ref, saying, I'm okay, what's going on? Eventually, about 45 seconds later, when he got helped up to his feet, he wanted to fight everybody. Why'd you stop the fight? I was okay. He was toast. He was total toast. That right hand. You got to watch that highlight reel, even if you don't watch the whole fight. The Boxing Jedi. Your thoughts and observations.
Definitely. Before I sign off, man, I just want to say, Eleider Alvarez. All right. We all seen him get down with Kovalev, right? We all, the thing with him is he's still young. He's still young in the game. You know what I mean? He still has a lot to show. A lot of these guys that we've seen that have lost some, most of these guys that are, they're shining now because they're given opportunity, right? They're contenders. I feel that Eleider is going to win yet another strap down the road. You know what I mean? You just got to give him some time, give him some time to flourish. I think that if we're going to rate Alvarez's skill out of any fight that we've seen, I think this one was the one to do that, because we've seen his movement, you know what I mean? We've seen his power. We've seen him land at will, you know what I mean? And like I said, his whole actions show that he's basically a fresh fish in the pond, you know what I mean? But thank you, Raf, for having me, man. Each and every one of you guys, thank you very much, man. I love each and every one of y'all. Combat Radio. The best. Mala, thank you, brothers.
Sweet, man.
Much appreciation goes out to the Boxing Jedi's got his own channel, and always welcome over here. So that was the Boxing Jedi. Much thanks for that. Likewise with Ross Clark. Sure, go and check them out. Okay, so Marla, did you catch that fight or the highlight?
No, I didn't see that one. I just saw the J-Rock one.
Yeah, it was you haven't missed much in terms of the fight itself, but I would strongly recommend you go and check out the knockout for sure. Check out the highlights. The highlight will just be the knockout, and it is a knockout of epic. It's a knockout of epic proportions. That was one of those OMG. It was an OMG moment. Definitely an OMG moment. So Alvarez, like the Boxing Jedi said, I think he's still one to watch. If it is true that if his assertion that he had problems getting down to weight because he had a ruptured Achilles tendon, then I think he's still got something in the tank. He's still one to watch. It ain't over for Eleider Alvarez. Still in play. And now we get to the final topic. Get to the final topic on the topic sheets. There are other topics, but I'll chop those up in videos and other live shows. So let me get to, is there even a link? Am I talking about a link, or is it just my own creation? Let me just scroll through this, baby. Okay, there is no link. Okay. So yeah, it's just me. Let me share the screen. Or as a matter of fact, let me do something even better than that. A new skill I have acquired. Save. Again, I'm going to turn that. What am I going to call that? What am I going to call this? Going to get this up as a screen. Going to call it JS. Joshua and, well, actually, let's call it JF. Joshua and Finkel. Okay, that's heavy breathing there, Marla. Heavy breathing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we? That's saved now. So let me go on over ahead and see if I have acquired sufficient skills to do what I'm trying to do before we chop up the final thing. Let's see if I acquired those skills. What do I call it? JF. JF. There it is. And open sesame. And boom. Okay. Your boy Rafi's acquiring skills, mother. I'm acquiring skills. Okay. So, right. Last topic. Okay. So Eddie Hearn was in an interview with who are they? With somebody. Eddie Hearn was in an interview with somebody, and he said that, as in the video, warming the video is on my channel. It's the last video uploaded. Feel free, folks, after the show to go and check out the video. Actually, there's a few over the weekend, but check that one out also at your convenience. So Eddie Hearn told the interviewer, they're both saying, both Wilder and Fury are saying that they're not accepting the fight for less than 50%. Now, they don't generate as much as Joshua. They only generate a fraction of what Joshua generates, but it's come to the stage now where it's abundantly clear that neither of those guys are going to accept a fight with Joshua for less than 50%. And so we have to say to ourselves, even though they don't generate 50%, if we want to make that fight happen, then it may have got to the stage where we may just have to offer them 50%. And that was put to Wilder. And as you see there, Shelly Finkel. And Shelly Finkel's response was, after we beat Fury, we'll make Joshua an offer. You want to chop that up, Marla? Your observations, your thoughts, your immediate thoughts, your fears.
Well, if Eddie Hearn's prepared to offer 50%, I mean, the Wilder camp, I don't know how they can say no without. If they say no, they're ducking. That's the bottom line. They got nowhere to run at that point. Once AJ and Eddie are prepared to say, okay, 50%, give us a guaranteed rematch, for the loser of the fight. Wilder's camp, they got no excuses. And they certainly can't. What offer could they make that could better that? You know what I mean? It really pushes them into a corner. So I hope Eddie, they do offer him that fight officially, send him a contract, 50-50 split, guaranteed rematch for the loser. And go from there, man. Just
is Wilder, is Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury worth 50% of a Joshua split?
I don't think so. Like, in financial terms, AJ's the one that generates the bulk of the money. But just the reality is, if we want these fights, we're going to have to go 50-50. They're just not going to happen, and we're all going to be gutted. So
So is that a form of is that almost some kind of emotional blackmail?
It is, really. It is, yeah, man. It really is. They know how much the fans want to see these fights. They know it, and they are playing on that to a degree. And what can AJ do? You know what I mean? It's there's really nothing he can do. If AJ wants to get those guys in the ring, he has to bite the bullet and offer 50, man.
Is it? Because I believe it's a form of some kind of, I don't know if emotional is the right word, although it probably may be. But it falls. So I don't know what categories of blackmail there are. I may have to look that up at some point.
I understand what you're saying. I feel the same way.
It certainly comes from the tree of blackmail, because it's like me, you and I, we're house builders. We get a contract. I've moved to New Zealand for some reason. We get a contract together. We're gonna build a house. We're gonna get it's going to be a profit of 200. Let's just say make the maths easy. We're going to make a profit of 100 pounds. Okay, so you moved over to the UK, 100,000 pounds. And how it works out, we're gonna be there every day. You're there, I'm gonna be there, and we're working together. So that 100,000 pounds profit, we're gonna split that 50-50. That means you're gonna get 50,000 and I'm gonna get 50,000. It's gonna take us a year. It's gonna take us a year to get the thing from start to finish complete. Let's say 6 months. It's gonna take us 6 months to get it finished from start to finish. 6 months. Now, during the process of this thing, I only show up half of the time that you show up. So that's 25%. We complete the house. And yeah, I want 50%. But the agreement was that we would work together. 50%. Every time you're there, I'm there. Every hour you're there, I'm there. But it turns out that I only worked 25% of the time. So theoretically, you should get 75%. And I should get 25%. You 75, me 25. And in commercial value, maybe those guys are in the 33% mark. Maybe the 35% mark. Maybe they showed up 35% economically, 35% mark, but they're insisting on 50%. It's a form of blackmail because they know they're not worth 50%. And somebody wrote something here that made me laugh. Where was it? Where was it? There it is. There it is. I hope they don't offer 50-50. I'm in the same boat as you in that regard. I'm in the same boat as you in that regard. I hope they don't offer 50-50 because I don't think it's fair. But
it's not fair, but they just have to because they know Wilder's camp. They know how big the fight is. It's the biggest fight in boxing. They know how bad the fans want it. And they know that they can literally put a gun to AJ's head. Literally, that's basically what they're doing is putting a gun to his head and saying, you know, we want 50, you give it to us, or there's no fight. And what can AJ do, man?
Well, what AJ can do is do what he's been doing, offering them up to 40%. But even that ain't good enough. But you see, what's interesting to me, Marla, is that you don't see, well, you do to an extent, but not to a big enough extent. You don't see the boxing public going, hold on a second. You're only worth about 35%. Take 40. You're worth 35. Take, and he's offering you 40. Why don't you take the 40? I don't understand why there's not just a groundswell of people just calling the other two guys greedy. I don't understand that. Why is there not? Why are these guys not being bombarded? Although I think maybe if I looked at Wilder's social medias more, I might find different. There probably are lots of people saying, "Yo, take the damn money and fight." It's multiples of what you've earned previously. Multiples. All these inflated figures. I was just looking at an old video of mine, one of my old lives, and it talks of Showtime putting out a figure of $10 million for Wilder.
Well, I think they all know.
They were paying Wilder $10 million for the Breezel fight. Now, all of a sudden, lately, that has gone up to $20 million. But I found I was watching an old video, and I think I put up something on the screen where Showtime was saying they're paying Wilder $10 million. Now, Folklore, Wildettes have increased that figure by 100% to $20 million. Just to boost up the stakes, it's like a Ponzi scheme. It's just to make it's like fake shares, just to make their man Deontay Wilder look as if he's a bigger entity than he is and is more deserving of 50-50 than he actually is. But I don't understand why there isn't a groundswell of opinion going onto these guys' social media. Say, take the damn fight. 40% is more. It's more than economic value. But that doesn't seem to be happening, Marla.
No. I wonder if people just don't feel like they can influence the outcome.
Right.
They just must feel like,
Yeah.
But I think Wilder and that are going for 50-50 because they know the risks. They know if he loses, the whole WBC gig's over.
Yes. Yeah, that's really what it is. Is they're saying, well, pay me. They want insurance money.
Yep.
Certainly Wilder. Fury. Let's be honest. Fury's in the same boat. They both want insurance money. Saying, listen, if I lose to you, where do I go after that? I'm going to be back earning what my actual commercial. I'll go on. Where these guys are holding out for 50-50. By them holding out for 50-50, I say to you, what they are effectively saying is, listen, if I lose to you, I'm going to go back. I'm going to be earning my actual commercial value. I'm going to go back to earning my actual commercial value. And I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's true.
Wilder
without a belt won't be earning shit.
Oh, damn. We might end up in the poorhouse. I'm joking. But so that is the situation. That's the situation as it stands. I think it's a form of blackmail. These guys don't want to earn their own commercial value. The guys don't want to earn their own commercial value. They want to earn Joshua's commercial value. And I think it's almost, isn't that slightly akin to taking handouts? Isn't that slightly akin to taking handouts, trying to earn another man's commercial value instead of your own actual commercial value?
Oh yeah, it's like using the slipstream of another car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're insisting on earning another man's commercial value. And to me, I'm sorry, but that's not admirable. It's just not admirable. But that situation as it stands, Shelly Finkel is effectively saying he will decline Joshua, Matchroom, the zone's offer. He will decline that, and they will be the ones that make an offer. But who the hell wants an offer from them guys? Joseph Parker didn't want an offer from them guys. He had an offer. He
went with AJ, man, because he was going to make probably 4 times as much.
Yes, easily 4 times as much. Yeah. He didn't. People don't want offer from those guys. Those are smaller offers than the Matchroom, the Zone, Joshua offers. Those are inferior offers. And I think that's just the way it is. These guys don't want to make what their commercial value. They're looking to make another man's commercial value. And I think that puts it into perspective. It is, to me, it's utterly crazy. It's very, very greedy. I know that it can be a greedy sport, but this is uncharacteristically, this is greed above and beyond the normal greed. I think we can say there's a normal greed. This is above and beyond it. We don't want to make our commercial value. We want to make your commercial value. And with that, I think that's brought us up nicely to the end of the show. Marla, have you got any final words, mate?
No, that's about it. Yeah, been a long, 2.5 hours, jeez.
2.5 hours, damn, it's a long one. It's a long one. I think that's the limit. I like to keep them at the limit now.
Yeah, man. Yep. No, it's been a good chat.
It's been a good chat. Have you got a channel, Marla?
No, I just jump on your channel and Big Boys Boxing and go to Boxing Jedi.
Yeah, man, that's cool in the gang. So once again, thank you for joining me, Marla.
No worries, man.
And sure to tune in again, everybody. You know, it's Monday and Wednesday, Boxing Talk with Rafi. You know, we do it live. And don't forget the videos. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for anybody who has not subscribed. And by all means, if you wanna hit that PayPal button, it is there in the description box for a pint of a beer once a month. And okay, so that has been Boxing Talk with Rafi. I was joined by Marla. I was joined by the Boxing Jedi, Phil Walker, Ross Clark, and it's the BH. It's the Wild Soul. it's XLDBC, man. Wild Soul. It is the Philip Carl Roberts. He was excommunicated from the LDBC. Oh, he left them. It is the Philip Carl Roberts. Great chat indeed. Much appreciated for everybody who jumped on the panel today. Remember, it's Monday, Wednesday, 10 p.m. Same time again. It's the Boardroom Bully. It is the Ross Clark. There we are. We're scrolling up. It's the Phil Walker. It's the BH. It is the Marla. It is there we are. The Big Boys Boxing. The Chase Athletics. Never seen Chase Athletics in here before. Good of you to join. It's the Georgie Porgy. It's the Heinrich Schmitz. It's the Viso. And many, many more. It's the Boxing Talk with Rafi. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comments. It's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Okay, so the only thing left for me to say at this stage is see you on Wednesday. Have a great day. Live life while you can. And blessed.
Sweet. See you later, Rafi.
Take care, bro.